Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Stevens. If you're a senior and looking to stay active, healthy, and full of energy, you're in the right place. Please make sure to subscribe and like the video. It is very important for me. Now, let's talk about your health. You are walking down the street, perhaps to the grocery store or just the mailbox, and suddenly your leg gives way. It is not because you slipped on ice or tripped over a crack in the pavement, but simply because the muscle fibers that once held you upright have quietly vanished, dissolving into nothingness while you slept. If you think this sounds like a nightmare, you are right, but it is a nightmare that millions of people are living right now without even realizing it until it is too late. There is a silent thief that steals your independence, your strength, and eventually your life. And if you do not take the specific action I'm about to describe, you might not be around to enjoy the next decade. It sounds harsh, but the reality of nature is unforgiving, and ignoring it is the fastest way to a hospital bed from which you may never return. We are talking about a condition where your muscles literally melt away, a process that accelerates rapidly after the age of 60, regardless of whether you go for your daily walks or drink your bone broth. This discussion is about how to stop that process dead in its tracks using a very specific nutritional strategy. We are going to look at the science of why your body stops listening to your commands to build strength and how we can use 7 specific golden foods to scream loud enough for your cells to hear. Make sure you stay with me until the very final second of this lecture because I am going to reveal a critical timing strategy for your breakfast that acts as the emergency brake for muscle loss. If you eat the right foods, but at the wrong time, you lose half the benefit, so you do not want to miss that. To understand why this happens, we have to look at your body as if it were a construction site. When you were 20 years old, the construction workers in your body were young, energetic, and eager to please. If you ate a small piece of chicken, these workers would immediately run over, grab the protein bricks, and start building strong walls. But now that you are over 60, those workers have changed. They have become grumpy, tired, and honestly, a little bit lazy. They are sitting in the break room, playing cards. You can dump a truckload of bricks in front of them, which is your standard diet, and they will just look at it and ignore it. This is called anabolic resistance. Your muscles have become deaf to the signals that used to work. To get those lazy workers moving again, you don't just need bricks, you need a loud, aggressive foreman to storm into the room and blow a whistle. You need a massive surge of high-quality materials to force them back to work. This is where our first golden food comes into play, and it is something you probably already have in your refrigerator. I'm talking about eggs. But please forget everything you were told about avoiding the yolks. The yolk is the magic potion here. It contains a compound called leucine, which is that loud foreman I just mentioned. Leucine flips a biological switch called mTOR, which effectively screams at your body to start building muscle now. Research has shown that eating the whole egg, yolk and all, boosts muscle building by 45% more than just eating the white. Plus, the yolk has choline, which helps your brain talk to your muscles so your hands stop shaking and your movements become precise again. Speaking of things that help your body run smoothly, we have to talk about a seed that acts like a premium fuel injector. I'm referring to hemp seeds. As we get older, our digestion gets slower and weaker, making it hard to extract nutrients from tough steaks or beans. Hemp seeds are a miracle because your body can absorb 95% of the protein in them. It is effortless efficiency. They also contain arginine, which opens up your blood vessels wide, turning the narrow back roads of your circulatory system into a superhighway, ensuring that all those nutrients rush straight to your muscle fibers where they are needed most. Before we dive into the deep ocean to find our next powerhouse food, I want to ask you a small favor that could make a big difference in your health journey. If you are finding this information useful and you want to keep your independence for as long as possible, please take a moment to click the subscribe button and hit the like icon below. It helps this message reach more people who might be struggling with their strength, and it helps us keep researching the best ways to keep you vital and strong. Thank you for being part of our community. Now, let's talk about a tiny fish with a massive impact: sardines. I know, some people turn their nose up at them, but think of sardines as a battery charger for your body. When you feel that heaviness in your legs, like you are walking through mud, it is often because the mitochondria, the power plants in your cells, are failing. Sardines are packed with CoQ10 and vitamin D, which revitalize these power plants. Vitamin D alone can boost your muscle-building efficiency by up to 65%. It is the difference between trying to build a house in the dark versus building it under a bright floodlight. If you want your muscles to grow even while you are sleeping, you need to look at Greek yogurt. Think of this as a double-barreled shotgun against frailty. It contains two types of protein: whey, which hits your system fast, and casein, which digests slowly. It's like having a steady drip of fuel entering your system all night long. Plus, the probiotics in the yogurt protect your gut, and studies have shown that having the right gut bacteria can reduce muscle wasting by over 50%. It's like hiring a security guard to watch over the construction site at night. Then we have the marathon runner of foods, which is lentils. Unlike a sugary snack that gives you a spike of energy and then a crash, lentils provide a slow, steady release of amino acids that lasts for up to 6 hours. This is crucial for maintaining grip strength. You might not think about your grip often, but the strength of your hand is directly tied to your overall longevity. Seniors who eat lentils regularly have been shown to have a 45% stronger grip. That means opening jars without asking for help, and more importantly, being able to catch yourself if you stumble. We also cannot ignore the importance of stability. Have you ever felt a little wobbly, like the ground wasn't quite solid beneath you? That can be a lack of magnesium. Pumpkin seeds are the solution here. They are loaded with magnesium, a mineral that acts like the cement holding your structure together. A deficiency here is directly linked to a higher risk of falling. And if you do exercise, the zinc in these seeds helps repair any microscopic damage instantly, making sure you recover faster. Finally, we have the ultimate weapon against inflammation: salmon. As we age, our bodies are often in a state of low-grade fire called inflammation, which makes our muscles ignore protein signals even more. The omega-3 fatty acids in salmon act like a fire extinguisher. They cool down the system and resensitize your muscles to protein, increasing synthesis by 30%. It helps make your gait steadier, so you walk with confidence rather than shuffling your feet. Now, remember I told you there was a specific strategy that brings this all together? You cannot just eat these foods whenever you feel like it. The timing is everything. Imagine your muscles are a fireplace. You cannot just throw one giant log on it at dinner and expect it to burn all day. You need to distribute the wood. You must eat 25 to 35 grams of protein at every meal: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But here is the secret regarding breakfast that I promised. You must eat your protein, specifically something like 2 eggs, within 30 minutes of waking up. Why? Because while you sleep, your body is fasting and actually breaking down muscle for energy. It is in a state of catabolism. If you wait until noon to eat protein, you have spent half the day losing muscle. Eating eggs immediately flips the switch from break down to build up. Also, be careful with how you cook. If you take those healthy seeds or that expensive fish and fry them at high temperatures until they're crispy and brown, you are destroying the healthy fats and locking away the magnesium. You are turning medicine into cardboard. Keep the heat moderate. To leave you with one final thought to ponder, consider this curious fact about your body. Your grip strength, how hard you can squeeze a dynamometer, is actually a better predictor of future heart attacks and overall mortality than your blood pressure is. So, when you pick up that fork to eat your eggs or lentils, squeeze it tight. You are not just feeding your hunger, you are fighting for your life.